Thanks for listening to the Remain, Roam, Return podcast. Are you looking to break into voiceover or take your sound to the next level, but your budget is kind of tight? Then you've come to the right place. I'm Mike Payne, and I've been helping voice talent shine for nearly 40 years with top-tier demo reel production for only $250 per reel and personalized coaching for $30 per half hour. I'll help you craft a voice that books. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, I've got the tools and experience to make your voice stand out. And for a limited time, if you mention the Remain, Roam, Return podcast, and you should, the first 5 people to sign up for one-on-one coaching with me get a half an hour for free, and the first 5 people that sign up for demo reel production get $50 off. Better hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit my website at mikepaynevo.card.co for more information, and let's get started.
It was one of the highest per capita refugee resettlement areas. And so, yeah, no one thinks about that because it has a really big Iraqi population. Sudanese is another, South Asian.
And there's a big university. Dude, yeah. I think if with the right advertising marketing, I think I could sell well. Let's get each other's numbers.
Yes, let's pump this shit up. Let's get you into the place where the Huskers play, baby. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's
go straight to stadiums. Fuck the comedy clubs. Fuck the theaters. Let's go straight to the stadium.
Okay.
Cool. 90,000 plus people.
Plus floor.
Plus floor. Could you imagine we had that kind of reach? Oh my God.
Woo! Yeah, right. And I still sleep on Christian's couch. He's like, listen, I'm not gonna.
Hey.
I was like, I'm still gonna sleep on Christian's couch. I was like, I don't want to get a hotel. Can I just sleep on your couch, Christian? He's like, hey, no worries.
Hey, also being a perk of Lincoln, Nebraska, I have a house.
Yeah.
What? What's that?
With 3 extra bedrooms.
Oh, now he's showing off. He's showing off.
I know.
Dude, oh my, I'm hard right now, dude.
That's the one perk. It's like, well, we don't have things, but also I can own a home.
That's true.
It's the give and take.
That's
realistically.
I would take that. I would take that.
Realistically, if you're going to Nebraska for comedy, it's probably going to be Omaha, to be honest.
Omaha is a little bit better for sure, but
like Christian's in Lincoln though.
But you got to hook up in Lincoln.
That's true.
40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
But if there's a lot of Iraqis and Sudanese, I think I can make it happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's get this started because I have a hard out at 125 and a hard on at 130. Hello.
Oh, let's fucking go.
There you go.
Welcome back to the Remain, Roam, Return podcast, everybody. I am Damien. With me, as always, is Christian. And with us today, as a very, very special guest, we have Ahmed Al-kadri. By the way, I saw you at the Don't Tell Comedy in Covina a couple weeks ago. And my God, the second you walked on, like before you even started, I was like, I'm asking this guy to come on this podcast.
Thank you.
Absolute, just frenetic energy, just so fun. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yes,
thank you for having me. And were you sitting in the back?
No, I was second row all the way to the right.
Okay, I think I remember your face.
I was wearing
the dark.
Let me say aloha shirt because Christian doesn't like when I say Hawaiian.
It's the politically correct term.
Yes, you were. Yes, I 100% remember you.
Yes.
Were you like, is that a seal laughing in the second row? Because that's what Damien sounds like, is a seal.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I remember, and I remember that laugh because usually after a set, because I had to be first because I had to go do a spot at the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah, you left immediately.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm like at this point where I'm like getting a lot of spots now in different areas. So like, I have while on my way there, I was listening to the recording because I did a lot of newer material that night, and I was just like, oh, that guy's laugh is. I was like, this guy's loving my stuff.
We were dying. Me and my wife were just fucking. We couldn't believe it. And I looked right as soon as you finished up. I looked over to my wife and was like, "I'm going to ask that guy to be on the podcast." And she's like, "You have to do it." So you have 3 big fans within me, Christian, and my wife. So
I'm honored. Thank you,
dude. So fucking cool. So for anybody who doesn't know, and if you don't know, now you know, Ahmed is a Yemeni-American, and I wanted to get into a little bit of like your hometown experience. Can you tell us where you're from and what it was like growing up there, just so people get to know you a little bit?
So I grew up in Dallas, Texas, right?
Dallas.
But particularly, I grew up in Richardson, Texas, right?
Okay.
I know where that.
Now-
I've been there.
Nice. Okay, so I noticed there was a big Arab community now there, right?
Mhm.
So when we moved there, like, so I was technically born in Las Cruces, New Mexico, but but we moved, my dad and my mom, like, and then it was at the time it was just three. It was me, and my two brothers. Now there's six of us, six kids. yeah. So and then my dad my parents released the 3 new albums in Dallas.
Yeah.
And but basically, when we were there, there was this small little Islamic school called Jihad Habibi Kaboom. No, I'm just kidding.
You sold me. I was like, oh, that's cool.
No, you guys were like,
Damien is like, those sound like Arabic words, and I'm like, oh, the first word you said is not a good one.
No, I'm kidding.
Not what? I was like, wait.
The first school was called Hamas.
And yeah, right. So no, it was called Brighter Horizons Academy. Yeah.
Oh,
So it was a school, and the Islamic school was basically like it was the reason why my parents put us there, because my mom and dad wanted us to learn how to read and write Arabic, as well as like the Quran and everything. So like.
Sure.
So it was like a good program, and it was like our own little private school. Like my graduating class of high school was 19 people.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it was this small, at the time, it was a small community. Now, I mean, now it's like Richardson particularly, but Dallas, Texas has a huge Muslim population. There's this imam who's like millions of followers on Instagram, but his name is Imam Omar Suleiman. And he's like, my dad was the one who personally got him from Louisiana to Dallas, because he was like, he's very like he's a really, I don't know what's the best word to say, but he's like a really good imam. And there's now like these big imams that are now in like Dallas, Texas.
Wait, so your dad reached out to him, or how did that work?
My dad like heard about him. So my dad was like a very he was a very like he was a good businessman. Like he was like the American dream. Like got a full ride to college, like school here, full ride scholarship, worked his way up to a flooring company, and then he ended up like leaving, started another flooring company. This is funny. Him and this Persian man named Farouk, we called him Frank. They had a big company called All American Flooring. So a Yemeni and a person like, yes, please come, All American Flooring.
As long as it wasn't a rug company, it's not as crazy.
Very close. And then so my dad, like I said, like he worked his way up. But aside from like being like a businessman, he was very active in the Muslim community and like Arab community. So like, and at the time there was like no Yemenis. Yemenis are usually in like big communities like Dearborn, Michigan, Oakland, New York City. But like when we were like one of the few Yemeni families there, amongst like a lot of but what was cool is like a lot of Shamis, Levant Arabs, which is like Palestine, Lebanese, Syrian, Jordanian. Yeah, they're like the light skin, green eyes, not Yemenis. We're dark skin and big dicks. It's a whole new stuff. But it's such a hard life. No, but because people think Arabs are like a monolith, the Middle East is a monolith, but there's so many like different flavors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and people are starting to know like Iraqi is like, is more north.
And even within like Muslim of like different sects of like even within it, where like people like, if you have to explain to them like, oh yeah, you know how like Christianity, there's different like Catholics and Lutherans, and they all hate each other. Kind of similar within.
Also, you did say sex, and I just want to make sure it's premarital.
Yeah. But
yes. Perfect.
I love you. And then basically, that's a good one. But basically, my dad, but we went to this Islamic school, and like as over the years, as I was growing up in this like Muslim community, it was still like we were in a Muslim community bubble in Dallas, Texas. Obviously, there was still like, your your typical, obvious, it's Texas, it's huge. So you have
Right.
like very, very like big communities in different areas in Dallas. But Dallas was this just big growing communities. And, but the Muslim community itself was very diverse in a sense where there was like Black Muslims, white Muslims, Afghani, like big Afghani community, Persians, like Iranian Persians, South Asia, Desis. When I say, y'all know what I mean by Desis, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Christian does. But for the audience,
for
the
audience,
not
for the
me,
audience,
not for Christian, but for the audience.
So you have Desis and then Arabs. So Desis are like South Asians, which is Indian, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. I think I said Sri Lanka. And then Arabs are more like from Yemenis, Middle Eastern North Africa. So that's like people who pretty much the region of speaking Arabic, pretty much. But it's like Egypt, Algeria, like those are North Africans. Then you have like the Levant Arabs, Sham, Palestine, Lebanese, Jordan, like I mentioned. Then you have GCC, the Gulf countries, which is like Bahrain, UAE, like the Arab money. You know what I'm talking about? Oman, like Saudi, yeah. And then you just have Yemen, where it's like, we're our own thing, baby.
But Yemen is beautiful.
It's a beautiful country.
Beautiful.
I think like right now, the main focus for them is just survival because it's just been such a corrupt country. Also, you have like other first world countries, like not just America, but like UAE and other first world countries that try to meddle with not just Yemen, but like other third world countries. Because I don't know, as you like learn in history, I'm sure you guys know, you start traveling, you go, wait, America did what to this place? And you're like, oh no. Like when you hear what Chevron did to like West Africa, you're like, oh no. Like it's terrible. But or like in South America. But basically like but back to Dallas, like we, as I grew up in this Muslim community, Brighter Horizons Academy, the school itself became like
which sounds like a dental practice school, by the way.
Yeah, right. What's funny is we did have a dental practice like right across, like right, like near it. But it was called Brighter Horizons Academy. I went there my whole life. I graduated from there. But because of that, I learned how to, I know how to read and write Arabic. I know how to speak Arabic.
That's so badass.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because in Texas, I was like, oh, I should learn Spanish. And my mom was like, no, you got to learn our language,
Which makes sense.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Which makes sense, and like till this day, I still wish I learned Arabic Spanish. Yeah. But Arabic does really come in handy when I travel, or just like in general. Depending.
Does it make you a little bit more like? Does it have a little bit more like pride in knowing Arabic?
Yeah, you're more proud of being Arabic.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, and also there's this prideful of it because like. Arabic is the hardest language. So from English speakers, it's Chinese, Japanese, and Arabic. Those are like the hardest languages for an English speaker to learn because it's like just like the way you have to pronounce, like for example, like Alif, Ba, Ta, Kha, Da, Ra. Like my name is Ahmed. My other brother is Abdurrahman. Like it's like it's from the throat.
Yeah.
So it's just like a really tough language
and
to
also
learn. While Spanish.
Yeah, reading you read it the opposite way, like
or is it
you're
the
right
original
from right
way?
to left?
That's true.
Maybe that's a good point.
We asked the big questions here. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are right. Yeah. This is hard hitting journalism right here.
On the ground, baby. Yeah. On the ground.
Growing up with your parents, especially being first gen American, did you speak English in the home mostly, or did you speak? Arabic,
we spoke English in the house. It is interesting because like my Arabic has gotten better. Because it was so funny because my mom and dad were speaking Yemeni dialect to us.
Yeah.
And then all of my friends were Shami, like Levant.
Yeah.
So even like I make jokes about it where like my Arabic is like a mix. So sometimes when I speak Arabic to certain Yemenis, like in New York or like Oakland, they're like, your Arabic is interesting because like you'll be speaking Arabic and then you'll say words that are like that one's Yemeni, but that one's Shami. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's like I could hold my own. conversation.
Is there
which is
a
good.
is there a term for that? So you know how Spanish that blends into English is Spanglish. Is there a term for that?
Yeah.
Where you go in between?
Yeah, so it's what was it? Arabizi, because
Arabizi.
Inglesi. So Arabizi or Arabish.
Arabish. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, Arabish.
That's badass. Dude. So actually,
yeah.
real quick, so because you're first generation, so your parents, did they immigrate to straight to Texas? Was that their first move?
No,
to the
so
United States?
my dad's story was he and I guess like in countries outside or in foreign countries they take the TOEFL exam, which is basically like the yeah, y'all have heard of it. So my dad scored really high on that.
Yeah,
nice.
Wow.
And then he got an opportunity to get a full ride at first Georgetown, and then he was like Georgetown was really hard for him. Yeah, it was really hard, so he transferred to University of New Mexico.
Okay.
And then while he was there, he's 18 years old, mind you, 18 years old, goes back to Yemen, marries my mom, and comes back. Like everyone in Yemen, or just Yemeni culture, everyone gets married early. Oh yeah, I have jokes about it. You guys, tell you what, I have a bit about it in my special, Ahmed Al-kadri special, not special. It's my first hour.
Incredible.
On YouTube. Yeah, just go to. Oh, you saw it?
I saw it.
Thank you.
Fucking incredible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, that means a lot. That means a lot because like I sometimes get in my head because it doesn't have that many views, but I'm like it's still like put it out there. Like thank you. That means a lot.
Yes,
thank you.
And we will put it in here because that's one of the main
Mm-hmm.
things that people need to know is, first of all, and I feel like a piece of shit because we didn't even say he's one of the best up and coming stand-ups. Like I didn't even fucking say that. Yes.
No.
Ahmed is one of the best
Thank
up
you.
and coming comics that you're gonna see. He is such a fucking storyteller. The stuff that he says is so authentic. It's very, if you're a fan of like personal stories mixed with comedy, this is the guy that you need to watch. So let me just
thank you.
Let's cut everything. Let's start over.
No. This means a lot. No, y'all are like making me feel real good about myself. Like I'm gonna go to sleep like this.
That's what we try to do.
I am validated till next week. Thank you.
No, man. No, you're fantastic. Continue.
So yeah. So I have like a bit about like, so my dad, got married at 18. And then, while he was in Las Cruces, New Mexico, at university, he had my older brother, Mustafa, me, Ahmed, and then my younger brother, Abdurrahman. After he graduated, he found an opportunity to go to to go to Dallas because there's this new Islamic school that everyone's been some people are hearing about, and it was very small, like a very small Islamic school, and not a lot of people knew about it, but like he wanted to just be a part of this like bigger growing Muslim community everyone's hearing about. And again, it's like now huge. You said you've been to Richardson, Texas. Now even the Yemeni community is growing there. There's now, I'm sure by now y'all have seen a Yemeni coffee shop somewhere.
Yeah,
because that's like the new fad, like just Yemeni coffee shops popping up everywhere because it's
that
just
and
like,
Turkish
coffee shops too, because
huge.
Well, they're big because it's like it's a nice alternative to not just like Muslim people that don't go out and drink, but it's still, because in the Middle East, everyone just, most of the time in the Middle East, you just go out, drink tea, maybe smoke some hookah, but you just drink tea and talk about what would you if you were president,
You're right.
But that's pretty much what like people like to do. Like they don't really like going out drinking. So like even when I take my friends out to Yemeni coffee shops, he's like, dude, this is a great alternative to a bar. Like instead of
I'm not a huge fan of drinking either.
It says the Midwestern. But yeah, that's pretty much sorry if I go off like on a tangent, but that's pretty much like that is.
I was about to say, when you said you were born in Little Cruces, I was like, I bet his dad was studying at the university there because there's no other reason. Like, I feel like so many first gen people I know, first gen American people I know, are like born in college towns. Like, yeah, one of the parents was like studying there, and they were like, that's where I grew up, and so
yeah, I have so many of my friends in like the Bay Area because their parents got full rides to like Stanford or Berkeley because of these tech industries that like really wanted them, you know. What was I gonna say? Yeah, what was the next question?
Yeah, no, I have a few. So how was it? So you kind of grew up in like a really tight knit community. And Richard, did you like explore outside of that community at all, or like how was it? Like, were you playing sports or like?
Especially because Texas is so fucking big.
Yeah, especially Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas is really big. So like obviously I was like in my bubble, but later on, like when I was in high school, I started getting like different jobs, and yeah, I just started like meeting other people, and then you know I'm very extroverted, and I mean you know Damien.
We couldn't guess. We couldn't have guessed.
Yeah,
one of your best bits, by the way, was the whole extroverted bit. I mean, just fucking killer.
Thank you.
Tune into his goddamn channel, dude. I can't even tell you like how funny it is.
Thank you. Yeah, Ahmed loves bread on everything. And but like I just was very curious. I was just meeting people. In high school I had a job called in South Garland, which is like it's like a pretty dodgy area, but like I learned so much from there. It was called DK Foot and Casual. It was like basically they had bars outside the window. But it was like this owned by a Syrian dude. But my manager was named Amir, who was like a black Muslim guy who was in jail but converted he converted to Islam when he was in prison, because he was there for pimping. He was super cool.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
He gave me great advice, but it was like, but I started becoming friends with like the black community, Mexican communities, and then when I went to UTD, that's when I started making. I know this sounds crazy, but I didn't have my first white friend was in college.
Hell yeah, that's just like Christian's first black friend.
No, that's more of you, sir.
No, it is not. You don't put that on me.
That's
Ricky
true.
Bobby.
That is true. I forget that you didn't go to the fancy, rich suburb schools forever from the beginning. No, there's no like Cat Stevens kid going to your.
Yeah. There was one kid, but he was like way younger. He was like when by the time I was in high school, this kid was like in 4th, 5th grade or ninth grade. He was in 4th, 5th grade. But there was like this white kid who was he was born and raised in Saudi and then moved obviously as a kid back in Dallas. So this white kid spoke perfect Arabic. Nice. A lot of people just thought he was like Syrian or Lebanese, but he was just like, nah, he was just like white as fuck. But like, but he had like his everyone called him Rayyan, but turns out his name was Ryan. But his name was Rayyan.
Rayyan.
Right, but it was just like everyone thought his name was because it was spelled Ryan, but everyone just said Rayyan because he spoke perfect Arabic, and he was just like it was just a white kid in our school that like.
Would my name be Damian?
I think so, Damian, and then Christian's name would be Islam.
Yes.
But yeah, like but I like branched out. But as I grew up, like I obviously like in high school, like senior of high school or junior, senior, you start hanging out with other people. And then later on in college, I went to UTD, and UTD was a very nerdy school. So me and my best friend, Ali Sahiti, Egyptian kid, we decided to joined a fraternity because that was like the only way to like find things to do in parties because it was such a nerdy school.
Christian is
and
also
that's I started. Oh really? I was in SAE. What about you?
Delta Upsilon. It's more of like a Midwest,
cool. We
like
didn't have that.
Northeast Coast, like old Northeast Coast kind of thing. So
yeah, it is so funny because I joined a fraternity because there was nothing else like to do, and then like I remember like I should write a bit about this because me and like all of our pledge class, we were laughing because like the founder of SAE, if SAE was founded in University of Alabama, and the founder, I forgot his founder, but he died. He was serving in the Confederate Army, and he died by drowning. He fell off the boat and drowned. That's how he died.
Fuck yeah. That's the thing about the Confederates, they couldn't.
And now you got a Yemeni and Egyptian like, we're going to join this club. I should make a joke about this.
That would be a killer bit.
We just wanted to. Yeah, because we were an SAE and everyone. I don't want to say like.
Well, maybe that's the deal. Maybe that's the thing, is that the Confederates are the Confederates because they couldn't swim. All right.
I'm trying to figure out the bit that you're trying to do.
Something about the extra bone in the ankle. I don't know.
I see. I thought your connection was like the South, like they just didn't know how to swim because they were like dumb. That's what I thought. I thought the connection you were going from there.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's exactly what I was talking about. All right, cut this whole section.
Hey, you're doing great. Hey, listen, you did great with the sex jokes. That was a good one. What else? You had another good one, but yeah. Hey, you were doing great. You were doing great. But yeah, like, but basically, I that's how I ventured out. I started just being friends with everybody. I just love making connections, and meeting new people. And then, okay, you guys are gonna love this part of my life in Dallas. Okay, so this is the next chapter. I graduated from college, and I started working as an accountant. And I was a accountant by day. And then when I left my house to live in my own apartment, I lived in an apartment in Uptown, and the Dallas Comedy House was in Deep Ellum, which is like nearby. And for 2.5 years throughout that time, when I was doing improv and sketch and a little bit of stand-up, I was also a drug dealer. Yep. And I was like the best drug dealer. Guys, I was the best. Dude, because selling weed in Texas is so easy. You can't do it in California, bro. Selling weed, bro, I was selling an ounce of weed for $250.
Oh my God.
But that could have also landed you in prison for life down there.
No, because around that time in 2016, weed was decriminalized.
Oh.
So they decriminalized weed, but it was still not legal because it's fucking Texas. Like, we don't even like women's rights. What makes you think we're gonna legalize weed?
Yeah.
So I was like selling, and from there, and I was, dude, again, it's in my special, my first hour, but like you can never tell I was the drug dealer, and I was the nicest. I was easy to work with. I was on top of texting back. I was good at texting back. I had great customer service. Good prices. Like I was accountable. When I left to move, I was a man of the people. When I left to LA, I sometimes still get, or when I travel, like there was this guy I used to sell weed to. He moved to Denver, and he comes to my shows, and then he still was like, "You were the best drug dealer ever."
He's like, "You didn't make me sit with you and watch snowboarding videos for a half an hour, like pretending I had to be friends with you."
Sometimes people just sat around and smoked with me, and sometimes I would just meet them downstairs and give them the weed. But I would sell them I would sell an ounce. How much did I sell? Half an ounce?
250?
Like 100 and. No, 120. No, but there was these really rich white kids from SMU. And this is so mean, but whatever. This is my reparations. But I once on April 20th, I've sold this one because I had Pineapple Express, and it was obviously a popular strain from the movie. So I texted these SMU kids. I go, "Hey, I just got an ounce of Pineapple Express, and I'm doing a 420 deal, so you could get this ounce for $420." And they bought it.
Jesus.
Well, they had so much money, they didn't care.
Yeah.
And just like the whole fact of like they don't know anybody else who could do it. Plus, I'm sure there's a situation of like their skin tone where they're like, let's just go, for sure, dude, whatever.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And I also like. It was there was times where like now I'm learning. I'm 31. I turned 32 on Wednesday, actually.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But at like 23, 24, in my young 20s, like not only I was very extroverted type A, but I was also a people pleaser.
Mhm.
So I was also like, I was selling weed, but people were like, can you get me this drug too? And I'm like, sure. So I ended up like getting other drugs to sell just for the sake of like people pleasing, you know?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It was easy to sell. It was just so easy to sell weed. And then from there, but like Dallas Comedy House was like my stomping grounds. It was like improv, sketch mainly. And then I started doing stand-up November of 2016, the week after Donald Trump won the first time. And yeah. Isn't that crazy? Damn. And
I guess I didn't realize that it was that recent.
Yeah.
The way that
dude,
like,
isn't it crazy? Like,
well, it's just like the way that you perform. You would think that you've been doing it since you were like 16.
Oh, dude, thank you. That means a lot. No, thank you. It's been 8.5 years, but I worked hard. I worked really, really hard on like on comedy. Like I love it more than anything. I try to get on stage as much as possible. I'm always like trying to challenge myself to write a new joke. And because I have such a strong improv and sketch background, I'm very good at like thinking on the spot, improvising, exploring, like taking my time. Like one of my favorite things in stand-up, like when it's a really good crowd, you have room to explore and try new jokes.
Absolutely.
But if it's like a tight crowd, it helps you edit the jokes. It helps you like cut some of the fat jokes on the spot. Okay, I know this is gonna hit, And then sometimes, like I did Don't Tell San Diego on Thursday. And it was so weird. It was like they were like usually the jokes that get a big pop didn't really pop that much, and then the jokes that usually don't get a big pop got a huge pop. Every crowd's different.
You never know. And I been kind of wanting to know. So with how is it doing a Don't Tell show? Because no one knows that it's going to be you, right? Like just like versus other shows where your name's on the what am I?
Marquee. The lineup, yeah. It's cool because Don't Tell did a wait, go. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, just like how does it? Can you tell the difference in a crowd that way?
Yeah. So Don't Tell, it is interesting. That story in itself is interesting because like they had a great marketing plan. I mean, when I think they started in like LA or the Bay Area, but the story is Kyle and a different guy Kyle was working for Airbnb. And from there, he so he like knew how to market, but basically the marketing was, it's a secret location and it's a secret lineup and you don't know the location, right? And it was getting a lot of like the crowd. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's a lot of young, hot people or just young people.
Yeah.
That's why I was there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. But also it's like you're there because you like comedy, right?
Yeah.
Love.
So what I love about a Don't Tell crowd or a crowd of Don't Tell comedy is they're there because they like comedy. So they're just a fan, and they trust the people that they book, and they trust like you're gonna be funny. And I'm very fortunate. Like I haven't gotten a Don't Tell digital yet. But now I'm at this point in my life where it's like, dude, there is no like just stand-up comedy as a whole.
Yeah.
I used to be like, you get on Carson, your life change, or you get on Letterman, your career change. And then it's like, there was all these, then you get a sitcom, or then you get all these different, then there was all these different late nights. But then the next phase was you get on Joe Rogan, your career changes.
Yeah.
Right. Your life changes. And then now it's like there's nothing really like it did happen for Don't Touch It Digital. There was Ralph Barbosa and a couple others that like popped off in the beginning. But now, like in 2025, there is no like one thing that like makes your career blow up. There's nothing. So it's like I like to say it's like you're a Pokemon trainer and you're just getting these gym badges.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I got this credit, I got that credit.
Just a matter of what hits.
Yeah, exactly. And it's for so Don't Tell, they were just producing shows all around. Then they started the Don't Tell Digitals on YouTube. But again, it's like you don't know, they're just putting out new names. You know, these are comedians who just haven't had their shot for digitals. But same thing with Don't Tell Comedy. It's like the booker knows I'll do a good job, you know, and he'll put me on the show. He was gonna have me close out, but I ended up was like, hey, let me go first, and you know.
I
but
think
the other comedians were great too.
I also think a big thing, especially like later millennials and probably earlier Gen Z people, is the whole concept of like Don't Tell being like, you're not going to know where it is. It's going to be like in the most random location, and like that kind of like that.
There's not even a sign.
Yeah. Like it feels like you're in on a secret.
Yes. Yeah. And it's also like it's a cool cocktail party story where like, oh, we bought tickets to this one show. We had no idea. We ended up seeing this great comedian that we liked, and we think he's going to be, and I follow him now. And we had no idea he was going to perform. He was so funny. How come we've never heard of him? Like, it's a cool concept. But yeah, back to like, you know, I started comedy in 2016, and then in 2018, I moved to LA to be like, okay, I want to make this my career. And I was, before the pandemic, I was hitting like 14 open mics a week.
Wow.
I was like,
which is hard to do in LA.
Yeah. That was one I was hitting, but I was hitting at least 8 open mics a week. Like all I did was get on stage and try. I just wanted to be really good at comedy. And then March of 2022, I was able to quit accounting and do comedy full time.
That's incredible.
How was that?
It's been like this
feeling of actually finally doing that, where you're like, I can now afford to like live off of just comedy?
It was literally the most nerve-wracking thing, because when I first quit, I felt elated, like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Because like right before, if you're a musician, comedian, actor, or whatever, there's a certain point in your career where you're like, okay, I think it's time for me to quit. Like, I think this is the time where I'm like, I can quit. But you're so scared because you're your one leg is in your accounting career, one in your job, and one the other is in your, and you're just pulling you apart, right? So the only way to survive is to make the jump.
Yeah.
So as soon as I made the jump, I was like, I felt like I was flying, and then 3 months later I fell.
Yeah.
And then I got back up.
How, especially being from other comedians who we've interviewed or I've seen from their specials, how did your parents feel, especially being a first-gen American?
By the way, another fantastic bit that Ahmed has. This shit killed me when he did this.
When I came out to my parents as a comedian?
Yes.
Oh, I did that joke. Oh yeah, I did
so
do that joke. Thank you. So I have a bit about when I left, like when I told my parents, I was like, hey, I'm moving to LA. That was like a big one. I have a bit about that in when you guys see me live, but it's my closer. That's why I don't want to. It's more of it's a surprise. But in March of 2022, at this point, I was already in LA hustling, and unfortunately my dad died June 5th of 2021. But when I quit my job, my mom was like, oh, okay. But all she said was this: are you happy? I was like, this makes me happier more than ever, you know? And my mom was like, okay. She was like, just promise me grandchildren. I was like, I don't know why. No, just kidding. But she was like, just promise me grandchildren. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like,
I'm working on it right now.
Like, yeah, I'm trying, you know? No, but it is like a crazy journey, man. Cause it's like your parents on one side, they're just nervous for you. It's not even like a cultural thing too, but it's like, luckily my parents, just growing up, they weren't your typical Arab parents. They weren't your like helicopter Middle Eastern, like you have to. So it was more like as long as you're a good person, remember that you're Arab and Muslim and like you're proud of your identity and all that stuff, which I am, you know. But they were more just concerned like money. But now, like, you know, my following is picking up. You know, my mom like kind of like makes jokes. She's like, okay, now that you're like famous, like, you know, like because there would be like, you know, my mom's friends or like aunties that would like send them my videos, you know. And she's like, oh, okay, like or like it was, or when I did it, I headline in Dallas and like all these fans are coming out taking pictures with me, and like my brothers are like, this is crazy, like you're a fan of my brother, like it's weird to them. But they think they make fun of me for it, but deep down inside they're like, okay, it's pretty cool that like I have a famous brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. And the proof is in the social media posts. I mean, like people are vying to see you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fucking Berlin.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in Berlin doing spots around there. It'll be my 3rd time there.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, I like Berlin a lot. And it's like a smaller New York. Like I'm doing like a crap ton of, like at least like I have a show almost every night there, and then I'm headlining July 5th. It's called The Wall Comedy.
Yeah, we passed by there when we were
cool.
in Berlin, and I was like, oh shit, what do you think comedy's like there?
Yeah.
That's gotta be crazy.
It's a pretty cool spot. No, Berlin is cool. I do really well in Europe because there's a lot of Americans that have a tough time. Like they will understand the Americans, like they understand English because especially American accents, because TV and radio, like everything. But also but some Americans have a hard time with their jokes because like culture wise. But like I'm so personal. I'm so like everyone, if you speak English, you'll understand what extroverts mean. You'll understand like even though my jokes about being Yemeni, it's like you could relate to it at a certain level. Like I understand my parents are like this, you know, or my parents are like this, or I understand this personality. Like that's how something I would react to it. So I try to make it as authentic as possible and not inside baseball. So I want everyone to understand.
Yeah, you're not making jokes. You're like, don't you hate it when you're on the 10 stuck in traffic?
Yeah. Like I'll make jokes about that, or like that's why like a guy like Damien who watched my special, like a guy from Nebraska, but he was able to relate or understand and laugh at everything I was saying. So mission accomplished.
Well, it's funnier to know where you came from and the trials and tribulations that you went through, as opposed to, you know, what is seen as crowd pleaser material. It's like, I would rather hear what you went through and your experience with that rather than like, traffic sucks in LA, huh?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And like, I want to be more, I try to be more authentic and original. I really want to be original. Sometimes like, that's something I've been like battling with, just how the industry is, or what people want to see. Like I do love crowd work. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm decent at crowd work. I'm decent at it. I've had some good clips about it, but it's also like, I don't know, like, or like now, like sometimes I'll see viral of jokes that's already been done before, just a reiteration of that joke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think people are going to want more authenticity. Because like, even though that on crowd work clips, it does really well, like stand up on the internet. But I think like when you go on stage and when you go to a live show, you know, sometimes crowd work can get awkward, or sometimes if you do a joke you've already heard before, like if I do, I'm trying to think of like a joke that's like easy that people know, like, you know, women are this, or I don't know, like, let's say I try to do like a
low-hanging fruit kind of joke where you're like,
if I try to do a low-hanging fruit, but sometimes they do really well online, but like you try to do it on stage and you're like if you do a low-hanging fruit joke at a Don't Tell show, because they're fans of comedy, they just do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah. Like they don't really care.
And there's so few people there that it's already, I think, being somebody who was at a Don't Tell live show and being in the audience, I could see how the crowd work could go poorly, because it's such an intimate show that it's like you may not get people who are necessarily there to participate in, the jokes and being the joke, right? Whereas when you're in a comedy venue or a theater, they're a little bit more willing to participate and stuff like that. Because the smaller the crowds, the more conserved.
Right. And that same show, because crowd work is so popular, now like I see this all the time now where people are walking in as they get their bits.
Sorry, you cut out really bad. You sound like you're it's
RoboCop. Oh, he's gone. All right.
This has been Remain. Oh.
It happens. That's showbiz, baby.
That's baseball, baby.
Thanks, Spectrum. I wonder if Spectrum is on the spectrum.
No, then it would run really well. Like at what?
It would be very, very specific to running well only for this situation. He'll be back, or he won't, and it'll just end like all good things.
All good things must come. But why? Why must they come to it?
Why must they? We are in 2025.
He actually, according to Fox News, LA is under attack. So he got caught up
abducted from his apartment. Okay, I think you're back. Are you back?
Yeah.
Give us a test. You're back?
Yeah.
Woo! We saved it. Thanks, Spectrum. I was worried that we lost that for a second. I think so. We were kind of in and out. You were talking about crowd work, but also staying authentic. It kind of cut you off. Were you saying that it's kind of like challenging to stay authentic in crowd work, or were you saying like you like to combine the two in your crowd work?
For me, it's like, that's a great question. For me, it's like I personally like doing my own jokes and keep this authenticity. I do like crowd work because nowadays people like the spontaneity where it's like, oh, he could come up with jokes on the fly. You know what I mean? Kind of like the show you watched where I was talking about my name and then I was talking to that one black guy and then I was like, my name is Ahmed. And the next thing you know, I'm like teaching him how to say Ahmed. And then, the Kokan and everyone's like, and people love that because it's like audience participation and stuff. And he was giving me something, you know, like one thing I was mentioning, like in crowd work, like I'm a big energy person. So if someone is not reciprocating the energy, it's hard for me to like,
you can't force crowd work. Like that's when it's the most painful, when you're really trying to and it's just not, like you can't force it.
And for me, I'm one of those people, I will abort real quick as soon as they give me a hint of I don't want to do this. Like there's some comedians that are good and they'll keep pushing. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna go back to this next joke because I'm not gonna sit here and try to like force you to like talk to me and everybody, you know, like I want people to know that like that I have a set, that I have material, that I came prepared. But I know exactly what you mean. Like I like, it's kind of like this, like the best example is like, I would be like this, hey, how's it? Like, you know, like, how'd you hear about the show? And then you just go, oh, I just got here. You know, like the way they answer the show, or like, oh, so like my favorite when I do crowd work is like that one person that's excited, like, oh my God, so I'm an extrovert and this right here is like the introvert. Then I'm like, okay, now we're working. Now we're working with something. Yeah.
The matching the energy, I think, is the most pivotal part of crowd work, because the things that I see on the internet a lot is like somebody sitting in the front row who is just clearly upset about being there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fucking balls to call that person out and like try to do crowd work with them. I'm like, I would rather shit my pants on stage and watch, like, have people watch me than you.
I would never do that, because usually those kind of people are the ones that are ready to say something mean, like, well, I didn't hear you say something funny. And now you're like, and everyone's like, ooh.
Sometimes they're looking to pick a fight. They are there. Yeah. They're like, I hope I get picked on kind of people, like in a bad way.
I saw that. Yeah. One time, this one guy, like he was a big fan of this one like racist YouTuber. I don't want to even say. Yeah. By the way, I know this sounds crazy, but this is for a prop. It's not actually.
I was about to. I caught that. I wonder if you caught that.
I go, oh wait, that's a prop for a sketch I'm doing. Sorry, to the people listening, I have a MAGA hat that's hung up, but it's a prop because I'm doing a sketch right after this. I'm filming a sketch called POC MAGAs.
Yes.
It's called where I'm wearing the hat. I'm like, we got to save our country. They're like, what is this accent, man? What are you doing? And I'm just like, listen here, like y'all are just poisoned by the woke mind virus. And they're like, Ahmed, what do you do? And then like one guy would be like this, like, hey, by the way, marrying a white person doesn't make you white. I'm like, like that.
I love that you just automatically pointed to that hat because Christian and I are both wearing hats. So I was going to invite you to the hat party.
I don't want to wear that. I have other hats. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. But then
it also is perfectly cut off just for that. And everything in your background for the most part is pretty like black and white. And then it's just bright red. It attracts the eye.
Yeah, my bad. But my favorite thing, I'm going to end that sketch where I'll be like, guys, we need to like put America first and stop sending money to Ukraine and Israel. And the guys are like, okay, I agree with that. I agree with that too. And I'm like this. It's what Adolf would have wanted. We're like, oh no, like he's way out of the deep end. So it's just like, it's for his character I'm working on. Sorry.
Folks, if you're not following Ahmed on social media, you are fucking missing out. Let me tell you, dude. Your fucking tour guide shit is killing me lately, dude.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm doing another tour guide video. Sorry, I've just been doing a lot of character-based sketches, and that's why I'm like ending up with these weird props and fake money.
I think it's perfect though, because Christian and I were actually talking about this probably 6 months ago at this point, but character comedy is really coming back around.
It kind of is, yeah.
I think that's a good trend to like hit social media to kind of change the algorithm away from, to go back to what we were talking about, change the algorithm from forced crowd work and stuff like that to more like engaging, like silly, this is clearly a bit type of a stuff. You know, I'm excited for it.
I'm excited too. I think like crowd work will forever be there. You know, people will always like crowd work, which is fine. Like if I have to do crowd work, I'll do crowd work. It's like, I feel like now, you know, like we, just as comedians in general, like the level always just stepped up. Like, I mean, back then it was just, you just had to be a comedian. That's it. Then it was comedian and then an actor, which is mainly having a sitcom or being a movie star, which was one of those. So you have to be a comedian and an actor. Before that it was comedian and writer and then actor. So one of those, acting or writing. And then it became comedian, actor, writing, hosting, or podcasting. And then after that, it was the podcast. And now it's like comedian, podcaster, social media content creator, which is like, And now we're like, So now I'm like constantly just moving. I used to have a podcast once upon a time, but I'm like, I mean, y'all are just good, like, because y'all put effort and energy. Mine was just like,
I'm glad we give that perception.
but I feel that like it's good where I'm like, oh, I want to listen to this while like they put effort in it. Mine, I didn't. It was just so much work, and I just I was just spreading myself too thin.
Yeah, it's
for that.
No, I'm gonna go take Damien's taking it back for crowd work of like, I won't say his name, but famous crowd working comedian. I've not seen any of that on my algorithm in forever.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of it.
Which is not bad. Yeah, it's because like not just with him, but he was like the forefront of all of them. But like, it's more. It was like this, like I want to say the best way to look at it was the hot thing. It was the fad, like kind of like this is like it was trending, you know. And this is what everyone was. It was just like, oh, this is thing, crowd work comedy. It's this new thing. Like I remember seeing comments where people were someone commented this on my friend's crowd work clip, but they go, man, good, wow, Matt Rife, he was the first one who started talking to the audience. Now all the other comedians are trying to do that. Like they think that Matt Rife invented crowd work. Which is like, but that's just how the human mind is, like kind of like like I'm sure like whatever popularized it. In fact, for example, we all call like a marker Sharpie,
Mm-hmm.
but we just call it a Sharpie because it's the branding
Yeah.
and that's the most popular one.
Right.
But it didn't invent permanent markers.
Right.
It invented
Yeah.
a marker.
Kleenex.
Or Kleenex, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't invent napkins, but it just people just think, oh, who invented that? People would just say that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, something similar, but you know what I mean.
For sure.
In
Yeah.
trademark law, that is referred as it becoming generic.
Oh.
So like
that's-
other fun ones, I'm bringing out my law school degree right now.
Nice.
Like Escalator was a brand, not the actual
Wait,
thing.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, that's a big one.
Wait, Escalator is the brand. So what is that thing called?
Moving
The
stairs.
moving
I don't
staircase.
Moving staircase?
something like that. Another
Sounds like Harry Potter.
aspirin was technically not like it was by Bayer aspirin, and
That's
so
true.
like that was generic. And then trying to remember other good one, trampoline.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, like it's technically, and like frisbee is technically
one.
owned by Whammo, and so yeah.
Whammo. I love that.
I just
band.
love throwing out the law school things like, hey, I paid a lot of money, so I know this. So we're going to talk about it.
My favorite thing about your law degree is that you don't use it for any purpose for the business. You just use it to give us facts about things.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
Hey, I got us an LLC.
That's true.
Did paperwork more than anything. But
To go back to what
I had one more thing about crowd work.
Yeah.
I actually, so like the instances where I, as a comic, love doing it was either like if I'm like, of course, not the first comic, but there is that person you were talking about who's so excited to be picked on. And then each comic kind of gets to keep going with it. And I've actually had it fortunate sometimes where I've told a joke and then did crowd work, and I actually punched up my own joke because of the crowd work.
I've had that happen to me before too, or like sometimes I'll do a joke and then something happens. And then you add it. Like I said, I don't mind. There are some people who can't stand crowd work and all that stuff. For me, it's like I'd say I'm flexible, you know. But mainly, if I had to choose, I'd be like I just want to tell my jokes on stage and like do a little bit of crowd participation. But I'm not gonna. You know, by sitting and doing like a full blown interview, I'm like, nah. Unless the energy, unless they give it off, but like for the most part.
Yeah, it's been recorded on this podcast many times. I actually am a fan of crowd work, but it comes with a big caveat of like, I understand the importance of it kind of to boost your algorithm, get you into the zeitgeist a little bit, right? Like you can't just give up your bits online. You got to save those for the show. So I understand doing crowd work to get people engaged without giving away bits. I respect that. And obviously when the time calls for it and the energy's up, fucking nail them with it. I love that shit. But like I go to a lot of comedy shows with my wife. She does not want to she does not want you to call on her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why like a lot of times I'll try to sit us up front and she's like, do not sit us up front. You know? Which I respect it, but I'm like, yeah, but what if they call on me? I get to be silly. And she's like, yeah, but I'm with you. So it's going to come to me.
I like, sometimes I'll do like, you saw me do it at the show, like up top, like I'll make fun of the room, like how I made fun of the jokes about the chairs. I was like, sold out, don't look back. Like
that was so good.
I go that, and then I was making fun of that one dude because he looked like Middle Eastern Hagrid, and he had a big beard and a big afro. And I go, if we switched your hair and your beard, you would be the same person.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
And then I was like, but you could turn it like Mexican, Egyptian, like whatever. Like cool.
I think you called it. Did you call it shape shifting?
Yeah, it was like some shapeshifter.
That's good.
Like, dude, he's like, oh, he's multiple disguises.
I actually wanted to go back real quick because you brought up a point that I'm very, very interested in for you particularly, which is you were talking about back in the day, being a comedian was kind of the path to essentially something else, right? I'm a stand-up in hopes to be an actor. I'm a stand-up in hopes to get my own sitcom. What is your goal in comedy?
Dude, that's so funny. Sammy Obeid literally asked me the same thing yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
I told him to ask you.
Thank you. Yeah. Have y'all been texting each other?
Yeah. We have a side group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. So honestly, man, like one, I'd say like there's two different comedians right now that are working today that I just want their career path.
Mhm.
I'm gonna start with Andrew Santino.
Dude,
Like,
yes.
yeah, I would love
Cheeto.
yeah, I love Cheeto Santino. Like, I would just love his career path because it's like he does his stand up, he does the road. He has two fantastic. He has his own
Incredible.
podcast. He
Yeah.
has Bad Friends, where it's just like this amazing thing because it's like they're one of the few podcasts to where they stayed funny. They never went with this right wing political
No.
agenda thing.
Just
Literally
goofy.
I have behind me.
They stayed in LA too. I think
And they
that's
stayed in LA. Yeah, they just stayed in LA. They do like Santino has a couple movies. He had that one with Zach, but it's like he's doing movies. They're very financially successful, and they have like a good podcast, and there's paths everywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And they're not putting on airs to pander to people. Like, he's even said it multiple times on Bad Friends and even on his own show. He's like, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and that's it. I'm not gonna like do all this shit to make other people happy. I'm just having fun.
right, exactly. And that's something I want where they go, oh, they actually have a fun life. They do the podcast, they do their movie stuff and movie acting stuff, and they're great.
Mm-hmm.
And they could still, I mean, they could still walk around. They even talk about it on the podcast. Like they could still live somewhat of a normal life. Like they have a house, they drive, they could go to Ralph's. You know what I mean? Like they could go to like a market. A couple people will go up to them and say what's up, say hi, but then leave them alone. You know, but it's not like, you know, I don't know. You know, Zach Efron.
I feel like they maybe not have like. They're not to that level like you're kind of talking about where getting stopped, but the fans they do have absolutely adore them.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're not that casual of a fan, I feel.
Right. They're like, oh, you love them, and then you move on. But which is nice. I would love that. The other career path I was thinking about, I was telling Sam, I was like, I would love to have Michelle Wolf's career path.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I kind of told y'all my girlfriend's in Berlin, and like. I don't know. When I was in Berlin for a couple weeks recently, I don't know. It was just like the way of life is a lot better, and like I don't know. Maybe it's just because this country right now with the current administration, and I don't know if y'all saw that Mehdi Hassan interview. Yeah, you saw that the surrounding interview.
Yep.
Oh my god! And you were like, wait, what? This is happening now? Like this is the norm, right?
Yep.
And. But Michelle Wolf, I don't know. I'm sure y'all know her, but basically she like was killing it. Hosting her own show. She was I think like before she left America, she was like selling out theaters, big theaters.
Yeah. But
then she moved to Barcelona, fell in love, got married, and has her kid there. And because it's Europe is just like an easier. But the comedy scene in Europe is picking up. Like I was in Berlin doing spots every night.
Wow.
Yeah. It's still a small scene, but you could still just do spots, a bunch of spots available. But with her, it's like she had a lot of money. She came to Barcelona, got married, blah, blah, blah. And then she could go to America, tour around America because she's still a big name in comedy.
Absolutely.
And then goes back to, her little safe haven in Europe, and she even talks about how she's like away, like she still obviously reads the news, but it's also like she's not like the difference is like she could turn off the news and then go live her life in Barcelona. Of course, there's some issues there. Obviously, there's issues everywhere, but it's not like, hey, our current administration wants a Christian nationalist authoritative nation, So basically, I think that's to answer your question. It's like one of those two career paths is something I want. But at the end of the day is like the main thing I want is to keep doing what I want to do, which is keep creating. And hopefully the ticket sales and the financial security comes in,
Yeah.
So that would be my goal. So I guess other than money, I think I'm happy where I'm at right now. Like, honestly,
that's great to hear.
I get to make sketches, like, hence why Like I have this dumb, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't want it to get clipped up and then like used against me.
Oh, that's gonna be the thumbnail, baby. Don't you worry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like I can explain. But it is cool because like at the end of the day, it's like I'm not an accountant. I don't have to like wake up and get an email from my boss and I'm like, like I don't have to deal with that. It's
You don't
just,
have the Sunday scaries.
I don't have the Sunday scaries. I just, that's all I can do is just focus on what I want to do, which is like, there's a lot of things I got to work on, but it's my problems, which is like, okay, August 23rd, I'm headlining San Francisco. What are some ways? Okay,
Let's go,
cool.
baby.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll get there on the 19th. So on the 20th, I'll collab with this Yemeni coffee shop to promote my show. Okay,
Nice.
well, in between, before I leave, I'll work on these different sketches, which is like that, or a different character. So, or I'm bringing Cali tour guide at the Golden Gate.
Yes.
Thank you, Damien. I appreciate that you like this character.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Thank you.
And it is based in reality, which is why it's even funnier because it's like I've had that tour guide before.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
It's a very like that's why I like that because like I said, I used to be a tour guide for 3 years and I loved the job, but that's how it is. We're like tour guides, like me and all my tour guide friends, it's like we're funny, we're professional, but at the same time, we're all unhinged.
Yeah.
We're all unhinged.
You think the person running the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland is a sane person? No.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like we love people. It's like you get to meet people all the time, and you're performing, so it's a fun gig. Like being a tour guide is fun, and it's
that's got to be great to get. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm just imagining that's got to be great to get people to your content too. Like if they love your tour, hey, if you like that, you're gonna love you're gonna love my joke about fucking ourselves out of a
genocide.
Like you're gonna love that.
When I was tour guiding, I had a lot of people who would visit from Richmond, and then when I went to go do a tour, they would come to my shows in Richmond. I have people from New York who are gonna come to my show. Like it's cool. Well, dude, thank you. This was so much fun. This was great. Oh wait, do y'all have any more questions?
Oh yeah, we got a couple more. Do you have to go? Do you have a heart out?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I find it interesting. You're one of the few people I know who's out in LA who's just like, I just want to do comedy because I feel like Damien was kind of talking about, and I think that's why I kind of alluded to the question. I'm like, everyone I know like does want to do that next step of either being a writer or getting on. I don't know if we really do sitcoms anymore, but or we don't even really do comedy movies anymore. But like to do that,
comedy shows are picking up. Comedy shows pick up.
That's true. Yeah. I do feel we are becoming in a good age of comedy show, especially like unique comedy shows, like more real based than like I don't know what you would call them, not sitcom, whatever an opposite of a sitcom is.
Single cam.
Yes.
Multicam sitcoms, which was like How I Met Your Mother, Friends. But then you have a lot of like single cams, which is like Abbott Elementary.
Yes. Oh,
God damn it, that show's so good. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Go for it, Christian. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, but yeah, also going to your point of like, comedy used to be comedy, or like one of my favorite comedians, he's a little bit older than us. His name's Brooks Wheelan. But he's
I love him. Great.
Yeah.
Guy. Very nice.
Definitely shout him out. But he was talking on his podcast how like when he did it like a decade ago, it was just like, oh, I need to get on late night. I need to do comedy. I need a Comedy Central special or get on one of those shows. And now it's just like, now I got to be good at TikTok. Like like for a lot of comedians, like there are different paths where like the late night shows really aren't as big as they were to get noticed. Now it's just like, oh, my TikTok's blowing up, so I'm going to make some shows. Make it on a show.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And that's why like what's cool is like I was talking to Ian Edwards. I'm sure y'all
love Ian Edwards. So funny.
He was at the wedding yesterday and we were talking about like the new age and about like the internet and what it was. And he was like, I love it now. Cause he was like, back then there was just a few people and you just had to like want them to like you.
Yeah.
You know? But now it's like, but I told him like, but it is a double-edged sword. Cause now we're dealing with the algorithm and there's so much competition.
Right.
You know? but like you said, like what we were talking about, I just want to be a comedian as long as I can keep creating, and hopefully the algorithm is in my favor and ticket sales are good. Then I'm happy. I genuinely, for me, it's just I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think if I had my way, if I was in charge of your career, which don't entrust me with that, please. I will fuck it up immediately.
Damien's asking to be your manager.
Hey, Damien, I still don't have an agent or a manager. So
all right, perfect.
If you like, for me, it's like if you want to go for it, sure. Like
you want to sign to our LLC? It's really popping right now.
Yeah, dude,
based out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Our PO box out of Lincoln, Nebraska, because it was a lot cheaper to do an LLC in Nebraska versus California.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't blame. I'll do the same thing. Like, you live in Nebraska? Sure.
Of course I do. Look at my birth certificate. But
favorite place.
But if I had to say, I would love to see you in like a sketch type TV show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think just like your energy and your presence would be so dynamic on screen as like a character that is you, like it's you, but it's also the extreme version of you.
Yeah.
I think would be like that frenetic energy that you bring on stage. I think that would be like a great character to
turn
watch.
up to like 11.
I've always wanted to be a character on a sitcom. Like that's legit like one of my dreams. So I hope that works. Like
liar. No.
Yeah.
You just said you only want to do comedy. Now you're talking about being on a sitcom.
If you flip flop one more time.
No. I meant like a sitcom and a show. Like I could still do stand up if I'm on a sitcom. But for me,
can't keep up with this guy.
Yeah.
Fact check.
No, I would love to be on a sitcom too. Like it would be nice. Don't get me wrong. But it's also like if I had to just choose,
That's. Do you enjoy touring?
Yeah.
Or like performing in different cities and all that?
Yeah, it is okay. Doing the road sucks, but like it's such a double-edged sword because like I love touring. Okay, this is the best way to say it. I love touring, but doing the road sucks. Hear me out.
Okay.
Like there's some parts where okay, I'll say the shitty parts and then the good parts. So the some of the shitty parts for me is like waking up early in the morning and flying. Like the flying and getting there sucks because you're like just in an airplane and stuff. And I have all the bells and whistles when it comes to traveling. I know how to pack.
Yep.
I know the right things to have.
Yeah.
I have a Delta Sky. I pay extra to get a Delta ticket because I have the Sky Lounge thing. You know,
you predict the stop at TSA.
Yes, no, seriously, yeah.
Got to factor that into the commute at LAX.
I know. Well, I know specific. I could tell you, I'm gonna get randomly selected this month. Like I really am. I'm that good now. But
that's why you don't wear vests to the airport anymore.
Yeah, I know.
The only time I've been racially profiled by TSA was leaving Hawaii, and it was the drug sniffing dog, and I was like, "This seems fair." Accurate.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so just like all the traveling, and then like it could get expensive. I mean, trust me, I've gotten really good at like cutting expenses. Like one of my friends who she's an improv troupe of mine. Shout out to Kenzie. We were in Sunglow together way back in the day. I know we were an improv troupe called Sunglow, but like all my improviser friends are like in different parts of like the country. So like Kinsey literally goes, like she has an apartment now in San Francisco and she's letting me stay at her apartment.
Nice.
So like, hey, my husband and I, they just have a baby. We're going to take her to Disneyland, but you could just stay in the apartment.
Nice.
Right. Which is fantastic. So like I got real lucky with these connections of like lodging, or like I have a one friend in well, he was in Portland, but now he lives in New Orleans, which is perfect. I'm in NOLA in September. So it's like there's certain ways for you to like cut expenses and stuff. Now the cool parts about touring, this is me for now touring like right now. But when I love touring, because like you go in this city and you're performing for all these different people that are fans of your material, that like who you are. And then I love the fact that like my audience is like, there's some Arab Muslim people because they like for my identity, but then you have people who just like me for my sheer comedy, and that's like, that's one of my favorites where you're like, oh, they're a fan of me, you know, and that's as a comedian that's been doing like the road or just been doing comedy for so long, it's a great feeling. And then like selling merch, selling stickers, shaking hands, taking pictures, like, and you know, after the show, exploring the city. Like I enjoy traveling. I enjoy all of that. But like I said, the shitty part is getting there or crashing on a couch or you don't have that much money, so you save, you get a cheap motel, and the motel is just fucking I stayed at a 2-star motel.
Hey, there you go.
I feel like I've been there before.
You know what I mean? And you're like legit scared.
Yeah.
You know, I told the lady, I was like, because it was like these guys around the laundry, and they looked scary, you know. And
give me them quarters.
Yeah, and then while I was checking in, I was like, "You get what you pay for." She's like, "Girl," she goes, "Yeah, you do get what you pay for." And then I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "But you only stay a night. You're gonna be all right."
Yeah.
You know, it's getting kind of weird after 3 days.
Yeah, she's like, it's the second day you have to worry about.
Yeah. She's like, "You're gonna be all right." Like, you know, but yeah, but I have friends who tour, and now they have like they're big touring comedians. They have all this money, and now they get like a nice Airbnb or a nice hotel, and then I will go feature for them, and I'm like, one day, I get to do the road, and I'll be like, you know, and you're performing at a sold out room at an A club, you know.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a question kind of that bridges the gap between the comedy world and the theme of this podcast, which is being on tour. I know obviously you're traveling to get to places, but do you ever get to make time to explore the cities themselves, or are you just like wake up, perform, leave, get on the plane?
I'm more a big exploring. I'm a big explorer. However, if it's a college gig, I'm out. I am.
Oh wow.
I am in and out because.
Why is that?
Because college gigs are not. It's not like you're not performing at a city. This is how college gigs for me at least. You're dropped off at a major airport. You have to rent a car and drive hours outskirts of the city. So you're like in like I'm doing Penn State Erie. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
you know
the Erie campus of Penn State.
Penn State. So it's not Penn State.
No.
It's Penn State Erie. So I got to go land and then drive all the way hours, and it's like outskirts. So there's nothing to do there. It's just like a small little college town.
Oh, where the college is legitimately the only thing that exists.
Only thing that's happening. That's thing. And I'm as a 32-year-old man, I'm not going to be hanging out on a college campus like, hey, how's the comedian there? You know,
where's the party at?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. But I do explore. Like I said, I'm San Francisco. My show is August 23rd. I get there the 19th specifically because, like I said, I'm gonna get a guy to get a camera. We're gonna go to the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm gonna do the Cali tour guide.
Yes.
You know
That's
what I mean?
so fucking awesome.
Thank you. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do like other character based stuff or just like hang out because San Francisco is just a great city. San Diego, we're not going to be there for too long, but I go to San Diego a lot.
It's fairly close.
But we're going to go to Arizona next, and then we're going to be hanging out in Phoenix because I'm headlining the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the next night, the 29th, is this Palestinian guy. They were like, hey, we have this show called Jokes and Joints. Like, come through. We're like, sure.
Oh,
so
nice.
Go hang out. Yeah. So it's like a cool thing to do.
My twin lives up in Phoenix, so I'll tell him to.
I would love to meet him.
You're gonna think it's me in the crowd. You're gonna be like, "Oh, Damien's here."
Yeah, he will be able to control himself better.
That's true.
He's a lot. I don't want to say more reserved, but
he's more chill.
He's smarter than me. I get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, it's fine. All of my brothers are smarter than me. I get it. Hey, but you're the funnier one.
Hey, you heard it here.
There you go.
You fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah.
So I think you said so you're booking all of these by yourself. Like you don't have a booking agent or anything like that, right?
No, I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, how are you doing that? How do you find out about Penn State Erie?
Yeah.
Do you like log into a website where you're like, because even like when I was doing comedy in Iowa and I still get them, it's like a site where I don't even know. Someone was like, hey, you can sign up for stuff here. And like people will like bid you stuff.
I do need to clarify. I do have an agent for colleges. I did get a
perfect
recently, so that's good. No, but I don't have an agent or a manager for like everything else, because the thing about the industry is just kidding. I was waiting for Damien.
Ooh, you're gonna fit in perfectly with the Palestinian crowd.
I sure hope you don't bomb.
Yeah, but no, but my no, like all the bookings like for touring, that's on my own. Okay. I do that on my own. I do have a college agent, but it's not really. It's still technically like a college agent is just for colleges. It's just more like, hey, are you free? And also, the reason why I got this agency, my old roommate Ryan Kelly got me in, because it's like, if you're gonna do NACA by yourself, it's incredibly expensive. Incredibly expensive.
Really?
But it's like, but the reason why agencies, like, you pay like, I only pay like a percent, a much less a lot less than that, because I think the agencies have a deal with NACA, and because they're an agency and they have all these people they're submitting, so I think they get like cheaper. You know what I mean? I think I spend like $130 per submission with NACA.
Okay, yeah,
that's reasonable.
There's some money where they're the middleman who makes some money somewhere, but you don't really notice.
I think the agency makes some money because I don't know. I don't know how the business works, but like, let's just say if I wanted to submit on my own, it'd cost like a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got the agent, and then I got NACA Savannah recently, which was nice. So if I do well on that, I could book some more colleges. So,
next up,
thank you,
University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Yeah,
that's next, baby. It's again, on the docket.
If you can get that one, I don't know if those ones pay for like housing or like a place for, but if you ever do a show in Nebraska, I have a full finished attic that I just finished. It's all yours.
Yeah, can't wait.
Just offer him the attic?
I'm making connections.
I said it was finished. You know how hard I worked on that stupid attic.
I'm doing NACA Savannah on the October 2nd. Yeah, so NACA Savannah, October 2nd.
Shout out.
Or 3rd. So it's October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'm doing NACA Savannah. And then I'm waiting to hear back from NACA Hartford. So if I could just get those two, and like I said, for me, like energy-wise, if I could just like give it my all, I know I could book a lot of colleges.
Oh, for sure.
Because I've heard college gigs pay pretty decent.
They pay very well. No,
that's from what every comedian who I've ever known who's been to that level. They're like, yeah, sometimes I don't like doing these, and only like 10 people show up because I promote it terribly. But they're like, it pays me so well that it's worth doing a few.
That's what I love about a college gigs. By the way, I have to leave around 11:50, 53. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, absolutely. I got just like a rapid fire question after this.
Okay. It's more, like you said, like it's because you don't have to worry about ticket sales. But back to your question, I don't have an agent or a manager. I've been doing everything on my own. I do have one. Like, for example, like with Damien, if he was like, oh, I want to be your manager, what I would do now is, and I have a couple people who I've done this with, where I go, tell you what, I'm not having a manager, and what you can do is, if you could connect me with this one venue or whatever, I'll give you 10%.
Oh, okay.
So so Steve,
like a trial basis almost.
Huh?
Like a trial basis.
Like Steve Hofstetter, like I call him my manager, not manager. And he was like, because he was like, I guess so. Because he will get me in like certain venues that I want, and then I would just give him 10% like after. And he's very nice, very kind about it. He was just like, after you pay like after you pay like after all your expenses and everything you're done, your net profit, you could give me 10% of that one. I was like,
wow,
that's
which
great.
so not
very-
even
yeah.
of it all. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
that is
net
really
profit.
nice.
Then he was like, I'll take 10% of that one. He was like, just pay your expenses first. Also, he lets me use his Eventbrite account.
Oh,
So
hell yeah, there you go.
That's
yeah,
also big.
so that's what I'm saying. It's like he's just very kind and he's like willing to help other people. So that's what I want to do as I move up in my career, is like just help people after me.
Yeah, no, like I'll do this point and then we can move on to, but like you were talking about, like, you just can't be a comedian with a lot of this. Just being a comedian is just like, you have to know how to promote yourself. You have to know how to do business, like taxes, like that. A lot of people don't realize of like having to do your own taxes and all that.
Can I share my screen with you guys? I want to show y'all something I did.
Of course.
Okay. All right.
This is an exclusive, folks. We've never done this before.
Yeah. I just want to show y'all just because I have it open, and I'll show you like literally what I do. Okay. Check this out. So this is like my stage time.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is like my stage time, how many minutes. This is my schedule.
Damn.
Like, I'll be in San Francisco, like NACA. The green basically means it's booked and ready to go. The yellow means I'm still waiting for it. You know what I mean? And then you have and then here's like book shows. You
might be the most put together comedian I've ever met.
Yeah, editing projects. Yeah, and then my Instagram content schedule.
Oh,
Man,
wow,
that's incredible. That's really type A for Ahmed of you.
Yeah. So these are just like things I have Excel sheets for everything. I'm like, this
wow.
is what I got.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. Well, everybody, please give this man your money. Let's make him rich. We need people like him to be rich in this world. So before we get to the rapid fire questions, please shout out your social media. Give us some dates if you want to plug some dates, so that people can go see you, and then we'll end on a rapid fire.
Okay. Yes. So obviously you could follow me on Instagram, Ahmed Loves Bread.
Great follow.
August 23rd, San Francisco, August 27th, San Diego, August 28th, Phoenix, September 5th and 6th, Austin, September 7th, Houston. This is funny. September 11th, New Orleans.
I woke up at 9/11 this morning.
Forget that one. 9/11 in NOLA. You can't forget that one. October 11th, New York City. And then November 6th, 7th, and 8th is Minneapolis, Chicago, and Detroit. And then follow me on Ahmed Loves Bread for like more information.
Nice.
If I'm not in your city, DM me, be like, when are you coming to blank city? And I'll respond.
Nice.
Yeah, man. What a fucking awesome interview that literally only took one day and did not get interrupted at all.
No.
Fucking cool, man.
Not at all.
Straight through.
All right. I have a couple of quick questions for you. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Being an extrovert, what are your thoughts on people who fall asleep during a party?
At first I used to say we should draw on them. You shouldn't be passing out at a party. But now as a 32-year-old man who's always jet lagged, I'm like, hey man, put a blanket on them.
That's so nice. That's character development, folks. That's sitcom worthy.
That is true. My first thought nowadays is, are they okay? Are they alive?
Are they okay? Yeah, that too. I'm like, are they okay?
Meanwhile, I'm still the one drawing on their faces.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
What are your thoughts on auto flush toilets?
Oh, I like them because I can't stand people who don't flush.
Okay.
Like people in public restrooms, people don't flush, and it's disgusting.
They be nasty.
It's just I don't trust people.
Yeah.
And people are too many I've spent times in too many airport restrooms.
Yeah.
People just are disgusting, and sometimes you'll see poo on the seat. I'm like, how did it even get there? How?
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of automated toilets.
Okay. I hate them. I want to decide when I'm done. God forbid you make a slight movement and it gives you an unexpected bidet.
You get Poseidon's kiss.
I don't mind it.
Poseidon's kiss.
For me, it's intermission. All right.
Okay, fair enough. Halftime, I got you.
Halftime show.
How about this is a big one, so get ready. What's your thoughts about outie belly buttons?
Outie belly buttons.
I mean, instead of an innie, it's an outie.
I'm a big innie. I am an innie. Okay.
Shout out innies.
yeah, I'm an any guy. How do I feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
I
Like when
think
you see an Audi.
are they pregnant? Usually they become outies when they're pregnant.
I
Well-
know a couple of guys who have Audis.
Oh,
So
they have
the
outies?
science behind it is how they cut in the umbilical cord.
Mm.
So if they're an Audi, they're most likely the dad cut it because they cut it shittily versus the doctor would actually cut it correctly.
Got it.
Science.
Science, bitch. Is that? Did you learn that in lawyer school?
Have you ever dug in the inner your belly button, like started going inside, and you feel the tip of your penis tingle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Somehow they're probably connected.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I
You're like,
agree.
ooh.
Yeah. Audi belly buttons, I just think are weird because you're exposing the thing that used to be your first mouth, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Last question. This is not as important as the Audi belly button questions, but I think it's a good one to go on. What do you think happens when you die?
That's a good question. So, this is one of those questions where I just use religion for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like if I try to figure out my own, but yeah, I'll just use the religion code, which is basically you're in your grave until the day of judgment is called. And then we're back out of our graves, and then God plays a real video of your life. And we're like, I don't think about it. Let's think about it.
Well, there's one regret, and there's another regret.
Multiple. We were told basically the angels come down. The angels like gives you a book of like all the things you've done.
Oof, that's rough. That's just like what my stepdad used to do to me.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bill at the end of the book. Like, oh, come on.
Damn it.
It's a CVS receipt.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, a coupon.
Ooh, 50% off.
Yeah.
50% off in the next life. All right.
I think that's the best. That's the question that's my answer. That's the best answer I could give. Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, this was fucking awesome, man.
Yes,
I really
thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. This seriously one like a great podcast.
Oh,
I can't wait to see you, Christian, in Nebraska.
Yes, make your way out here.
And yeah, you guys have my number. Seriously, text me anytime, for real.
Yes, sir. I'll see you at another show here soon.
For sure, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy. Take
later.
care.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.